everybody. I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lunnan.
And this is Volume Up by the Tees. So, Jeffrey, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I love Halloween. It might be my favorite holiday. I don't know why. I don't dress up.
No.
But I do enjoy people wandering around the neighborhood, knocking on strangers' doors. And I give out, adult treats too.
Mm. You do. Let's explain that a little bit, because that could be misconstrued. What do you give out?
Oh, it's just shots of Fireball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's qualify.
Indeed.
Adult treats.
My nativity, it didn't go there, but it's just Fireball.
This is a audio medium. We've got to be clear, or it doesn't count. Halloween is top holiday for me.
Yeah.
You know this as a sweet tooth.
All
that candy, all of that
sweet.
excuse as an adult to eat too much candy on this day, not frowned upon.
No, doesn't
the
matter.
Day before, the day after, very much frowned upon. So
I've always found it totally savage of the parents who do the switcheroo, we took all your candy and now you've got a toy. It's like, no. I want to weed through the candy every day until I'm down to the last bits of it.
Those
I don't know.
SHITTY Tootsie Roll knockoff
fruity
those are the
tooties.
Yeah. Those can go straight in the garbage.
Great trash.
Yeah,
and then there's the random toothbrush or a piece of gum.
Throw those out too.
Applesauce cup later.
Barf. I keep getting fed all sorts of fun Instagram ads for sustainable ideas, which yes, we love that. But I got to tell you, I'm not drawing on a little cutie orange. It's straight up not happening. And if somebody gave me one, I would just keep walking.
Chuck it. I think you should just chuck it back at them and be like, not today.
Yeah,
not today.
Speaking of not today, there's other things that are happening.
There are.
Tell me about this hair filling thing that you were talking to us about off pod.
Yes. So off pod, we were talking a little bit about this new trend called hair filling. What is it, you ask? It's a new treatment that promises thicker, fuller locks. So naturally you're like, yes, or called extensions, right? But stylists are actually using this new technique where you, of course, are wanting to embark on this for volume like we do with extensions. But some people are like, I'm not doing it. I'm not committing to that. So hair filling is this non-invasive technique, which sounds very tedious. It's longer lasting, but it's essentially where they take a synthetic or natural strand and attach it to the hair, even if it's really short or fine, and use super thin bonding tape. So the hair is then cut to the right length, But the brilliant thing about it is then the filler, they can be taken out or reapplied just using new tape. So I'm absolutely confused about the method, right?
Yes.
You got the piece of hair, you're tying it to the hair with a little bit of bonding tape. Seems to me like it would look pretty obvious, but I don't know. It's a new trend. And the before and after pictures, they look amazing, but I don't know how long it takes.
Let's if you've had your hair filled recently, we'd like to hear from you because we've got questions. But no, the results look great.
Yeah.
Would be curious about the application process and how it holds up.
Indeed.
Well,
so, then so we've got hair fillers, right? Okay. So now I'm going to jump over to a TikTok trend and, I'm, at the stoplight, just look at my phone, which you shouldn't do, right?
No,
I did.
no.
And I saw this article from the New York Post about the crying makeup trend on TikTok. And I'm thinking, what? There are people out there that feel like if you look like you're on the verge of tears, that it makes you look better. And you don't have to even actually cry to get this look. You can just use makeup. And I'm utterly confused, almost as confused as I am about the hair filling. But I think I might be an ugly crier. And that's why this probably is not a trend for me.
Not a glamorous crier. Yeah. I don't really get that. But I felt I sound so old. Like whenever we talk about these TikTok trends, it's like, oh, you old fogey. But I really don't get this one.
No, it's creating like redness around your eyes, nose, and cheeks using powder. And then it also makes your eyes look teary using a certain product as well. So utterly confused today on the pod.
Yeah, I feel like I am a sad girl generally, but I wouldn't do this. So I don't really get it. Like the overdone crying stuff with like glitter can be kind of fun for a moment. I like kind of get that, but this one is a little bit of a head scratcher for me.
Agree.
On this Halloween.
Spooky. On our last episode, we talked with Natalia, otherwise known as Nati Lopez. Nati is a Los Angeles-based tattoo artist. She's been tattooing since 2017, and with a rising follower count, she is making waves in the tattoo industry with her work and designs. And now she's branched out into modeling as well. She joined us to discuss her journey, what tattoos and tattooing mean to her, and how she feels about any remaining stigma. Make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
We will also accept whether or not you think that Kelly should be tattooed by Nati.
Oh, no.
You can just let us know. Same places. This week, we're talking with Gregga Prothero. Gregga is a master stylist and founder of Gregga, a diverse and inclusive salon space where talented hairstylists stay up with current trends and share new techniques, as well as master the hair classics we all know and love. Located in Los Angeles, Gregga is best known for its laid-back, welcoming environment and specialties of vibrant color, lived-in looks, and accentuating cuts. Born in the Philippines and raised in Los Angeles, over the years, Gregga has built an impressive cult following, and in 2020, she joined forces with her husband, Colin, to open doors of Gregga, where clients come to both indulge and transform. With over 15 years of experience cutting, coloring, and styling, Gregga Prothero has a true talent and passion for making her clients look and feel their best, and for building a team of creative individuals who come together to do the same. You're going to love this interview. But before we get to it, it is Halloween. We've talked about this, and there's some other things that are happening specific to spooky core. I don't know, is that a thing? And it's the House of Dragon Targaryen blonde. It's trending everywhere. The New York Times has been writing about it. Kelly, what are your thoughts here? Does Targaryen blonde appeal to you?
Indeed, it does. Yes. I mean, I love it. I could never get to the Targaryen ice blonde, but I do have an appreciation for it. I mean, imagine the maintenance on that. I mean,
yeah, that's why I'm not blonde right now.
And I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm excited that people are being inspired to go platinum, and especially during the winter. Often, I mean, you know, it's the people go darker, all of those things. So it's fun, but the cast wears wigs. And so, you know, maintenance is a little bit easier when we're not wearing our real hair, and lifting to that extent.
Yes.
So yeah, let's also talk about the sort of elephant in the room. When thinking about House of Dragon and this Targaryen blonde, not all wigs are created equal. We're going to do a little bit of digging on the tease, because something seems to be amiss in the land of Westeros, as it pertains to specific characters, and their Targaryen blonde, having to do with texture.
Yeah, I mean, dare I say, we think some of it might be a little off.
Yeah. That's an understatement. We'll get into that at some point. But we'd love to know how you guys are feeling about Targaryen blonde. Are clients asking for it? Is this something that only the New York Times is writing about, or are you seeing it in your hood too? Let's get into it. Let us know.
So another article I wanted to chat about is why hair salons are critical for residents of senior living communities. And our friends over at Allure talked about this week in an article. And it brings me back because, as you know, my mom was a salon owner and stylist for 40 years. And over those 40 years, obviously, we all are aging, right? And do head into assisted living or nursing facilities, or just can't really frequently leave the house. And so I remember my mom actually going to her older clients and doing their hair, and how big of a difference that made in their day, in their lives, whether it was just like a quick set look that they would do every week or every other week. And it was a big deal. And so, I think it's an important topic to talk about. Research was showing that it's an often overlooked amenity that is really, really key for mental health for folks in places like assisted living or nursing home facilities. What do you think about that, Jeff?
I mean, we talk about it on this podcast all the time in terms of people and that linkage between looking good and feeling good. And
Right.
I mean, it makes sense that, what they found in the article is what people are experiencing. And I mean, I feel like looking ahead a couple dozen, years or more, some decades, I wouldn't want to be forgotten about. And so
Right.
like, it makes perfect sense to me that I'd want to be, taken care of in this way and be able to take care of myself. And so I love what you talked about with your mom. And I feel like people that are giving back and doing this thing, we should congratulate them and keep it up because it's so special.
That's what I was going to say. Kudos to the stylists out there that are like, you know what? I just want, I want to add this service to my repertoire with this specific age group and make them feel beautiful and special day over day, week over week. So kudos to the stylists out there for not forgetting about that key demographic that also still wants to feel beautiful and have positive vibes about mental health.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what is trending on our site. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week in covering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know, but you should. And here are some of our favorite headlines from thetease.com. First up, something that has rocked the Tease team's world is an article entitled "New Study Shows Chemical Hair Straighteners May Be Putting Black Women at a Greater Risk for Uterine Cancer." Much has been said about the link between chemical hair straighteners and the development of uterine fibroids, particularly for Black women. Now it appears that frequent use of chemical hair straightening products could raise the risk of uterine cancer, according to a new study by the National Institutes of Health. The alarming results came after a group of researchers within the National Institutes of Health's National Institute of Environmental Health and Sciences studied the hair care habits of 30,947 women ages 35 to 74 across the US in a longitudinal study for almost 11 years. During this time, 378 uterine cancer cases were diagnosed. The researchers found that women who used straightening products 4 or more times a year were more than twice as likely to develop uterine cancer compared to those who did not. They did not find any associations between the use of other hair products such as dyes, bleach, highlights, or perms and uterine cancer, which is important. However, and the article goes on to talk about this, Black women are using hair straightening products much more so than are others. And so the article dives into this and more in terms of the impact, the worrying effects. And so, this is kind of blowing everybody's mind. Lots is being said and lots is being written. Kelly, what do you make of the news?
I mean, I think it's incredibly alarming. And one of those things that, we're using products every day. And then in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, are we going to be like, wait a second, what the heck were we doing? Why weren't there any regulations or standards around these products that were commonly used, day over day, year over year? So, I mean, women who use straightening products 4 or more times a year were twice as likely to develop uterine cancer. Yikes. That says to me that we at the Tease need to dig in a little bit deeper and figure out, get to the bottom of this, who is regulating this or not regulating this, and help bring this news to the forefront.
For sure. And more has already been written about on the Tease. So there's stories that are now regarding lawsuits that have followed this study. So again, head to thetease.com, check it out. But you should definitely take a few minutes in and read that article in particular. Another story that is really near and dear to us, something that we're excited about, is called New Docuseries, The Hair Tales Celebrates the Beauty of Black Hair. Oprah Winfrey Network and Disney's Onyx Collective just released the trailer for their upcoming collaborative series, Hair Tales. In the new docuseries, Tracee Ellis Ross and Michaela Angeles Davis will explore the unique hair experiences of 6 successful Black women. The show seeks to uncover how different societal and historical themes relate to the way that these women have learned and unlearned ideas relating to their own hair. The Hair Tales is structured as individual interviews conducted by Tracee Ellis Ross. The women who will be The women who will be opening up about vulnerable stories and experiences are Issa Rae, Representative Ayanna Pressley, Chica, Marseille Martin, Chloe Bailey, and Oprah Winfrey. In addition to the subjects, the show's entire creative team is composed of women of color, which we'd love to see. Lots of excitement around this project. Head to thetease.com for the full story and then check it out. It is streaming on Hulu. I was going to say, that's the next question. Yeah. Have you added it to list?
I'm going to add it to my list for this weekend. In fact, I am searching for something to watch and I cannot wait.
And they've done a really incredible job of the social promo. They released a video of Salon ASMR, which we've shared on the tease, which was incredibly satisfying. Tracy Ellis Ross, who, as we all know, famous actress, daughter of the Diana Ross, also brand founder of Pattern Beauty, has lots of opinions regarding hair and the Black hair experience. So really excited about this project. And again, read more on thetease.com. Next up, last story that you're really going to need to dive into is called Meet Ypres, the new bond-building hair care brand that's set to be the next Olaplex. Shots fired. Olaplex may have just met its match with the arrival of a new bond-building hair care brand. And get this, the hair care newcomer's founder has close ties to the original bond builder. Allow us to introduce you to Ypres, a next-gen bond repair treatment that repairs damaged hair in just one step. The new hair care system is the brainchild of material scientist Dr. Eric Presley, one of the original co-inventors of the massively successful Olaplex, and his business partner, Michael Sampson. Quote, Ypres is the future of hair care, specifically formulated for both professionals and consumers, end quote. Gotta go to thetease.com to read the rest of this piece and check out why you should be adding Ypres to cart. Kelly, are you down to go all in on this, to try something new?
I am totally. One, I can appreciate the beauty of the packaging, right? And so I'm a sucker for that off the get-go, right? Love the name, love the packaging. It's beautifully done. And, it's been interesting to me to see, obviously some of the patents were up for grabs or whatever the right word is, right? With Olaplex and the technology. So it's been interesting to me. To see all of the bond builders pop up and who's going to kind of rise to the top. I mean, Olaplex is on fire. I don't know if they ever won't be, but it will be interesting to see who slides into second, third, fourth place as we continue to explore that professional bond building market.
As always, so much going on thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We're proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Next up, my interview with Gregga Prothero. Again, Gregga is a master stylist and founder of Gregga, a diverse and inclusive salon space where talented hairstylists come up with current trends and share new techniques. Here's my interview. All right, how cool. I mean, have you checked out the IG, Gregga's IG? I mean, it's amazing. So the aesthetic is beautiful, and it makes sense that her husband was the architect behind it all. So kudos to Gregga and her husband and her talented team over at Gregga. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, and read the tease and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.